Welcome to today's episode where we explore the journey of health balance and mindful living. Here we dive into inspiring stories, practical habits, and simple practices that can help you reset your body and refresh your mind. Whether you're here for motivation, curiosity, or just to learn something new, we're so glad you've joined us. Take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin this journey together. Salma practices a 3 to 5 day juice cleanse as a reset, and for her, this routine has become more than just a temporary dietary choice. It is a structured ritual that gives her body and mind the chance to recover from phases where she might have been eating more indulgently or under stress. A juice cleanse, in her words, is a way of breaking a cycle, almost like pushing a restart button when things feel heavy or out of balance. For 3 to 5 days, she commits herself to a carefully planned schedule of fresh juices, each one made with ingredients that nourish and hydrate her body. These juices are packed with fruits, vegetables, herbs, and sometimes roots, creating a balance of natural vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that provide energy without the burden of heavy digestion. During this time, she avoids solid foods, which allows her digestive system to rest while still giving her body essential nutrients. The decision to stick to this plan for several consecutive days also offers her a form of discipline that she finds empowering. It requires focus and determination to give up everyday meals and rely only on liquid nourishment, but that discipline is exactly what makes the cleanse feel so rewarding to her. It becomes a test of willpower and resilience, and each time she completes a cleanse, she feels stronger and more in control of her choices. Beyond the physical benefits, such as reduced bloating, lighter digestion, and a noticeable boost in energy, she experiences mental clarity. She describes the process as calming her mind, similar to how meditation slows down thoughts and allows her to feel present in her own body. The structure of the cleanse gives her a framework that quiets the chaos that often comes with busy schedules, emotional eating, or stressful periods. Another reason the 3 to 5 day time frame works for her is because it is long enough to feel a genuine transformation, but not so long that it becomes overwhelming or unsustainable. She views this short but powerful period as an opportunity to reflect on her eating habits and her relationship with food. When she reintroduces solid foods after completing a cleanse, she does so more mindfully, choosing meals that are lighter, cleaner, and closer to nature. The cleanse sharpens her awareness of flavors and helps her recognize the difference between eating for nourishment and eating out of stress or habit. She often mentions how much she looks forward to simple foods like a fresh salad or a bowl of fruit after the cleanse, because her taste buds become more sensitive and appreciative of natural flavors. For Salma, the juice cleanse is not just a diet, it is a personal ritual that marks a shift in her lifestyle whenever she feels the need for a restart. It allows her to step away from old patterns and come back to her body with a sense of renewal, reminding her that even small windows of dedication can have a powerful impact on overall health and well-being. Juicing feels like meditation and helps Salma re-energize in ways that go far beyond the physical benefits of nutrition. She often describes the process of drinking fresh juice as a calming ritual, something that creates space for her to slow down and reconnect with herself. In the same way that meditation brings stillness and awareness to the mind, juicing brings her focus back to her body and its needs. Each glass becomes more than just a drink, it is an intentional pause, a chance to breathe, and an opportunity to practice mindfulness. As she sips slowly, she pays attention to the flavors, the freshness of the ingredients, and the way it makes her feel almost instantly lighter. This mindful act of consuming something so pure and natural creates a sense of harmony within her, allowing her to reset mentally while nourishing herself physically. The energy she gains from juicing is not only about calories or vitamins, it is about the clarity that comes with letting her system rest and reset. She notices that when she is drinking juices consistently, her body feels lighter, her skin looks brighter, and her mind becomes more focused. This surge of energy is subtle yet steady, not like the quick spikes from caffeine or sugar, but more like a calm strength that lasts throughout the day. It is this kind of grounded energy that reminds her of meditation, where instead of feeling rushed or overstimulated, she feels centered and balanced. Juicing for her becomes a form of self-care that aligns her physical state with her mental state, creating a synergy that makes her feel fully present and recharged. There is also a ritualistic aspect to juicing that mirrors meditation practices. The preparation of juices, choosing the right fruits and vegetables, and putting them together into different blends all require intention and attention to detail. This preparation itself becomes a meditative act, as it involves slowing down and focusing on the moment rather than rushing through the task. By selecting fresh produce, washing it, chopping it, and blending it into a vibrant juice, she engages in a process that is both creative and soothing. Just as meditation is not only about sitting still but about creating awareness in everyday actions, juicing teaches her to bring mindfulness into her kitchen and into the way she fuels her body. Salma also believes that juicing as meditation helps her manage emotions more effectively. When she feels stressed, anxious, or low, her usual reaction might be to turn to food for comfort. But when she chooses to make a juice instead, she shifts the emotional response into something more constructive. The act of creating a juice becomes a way of caring for herself rather than numbing her feelings. This small but powerful change helps her cultivate self-awareness, much like meditation helps one observe thoughts without judgment. As a result, she feels not only re-energized physically but also more in tune with her emotions, using juice as a tool to reset both body and mind in moments when she needs it most. She struggles with emotional eating during stress, and this has been one of the most challenging aspects of her wellness journey. Whenever she feels anxious, overwhelmed, or weighed down by responsibilities, she finds herself drawn toward food for comfort. It becomes less about hunger and more about soothing an emotion that she doesn't want to sit with. Emotional eating is something many people experience, but for Salma, recognizing it as a pattern has been an important step. She admits that the urge often comes suddenly, and in those moments it feels almost automatic, like the mind is looking for a quick escape from discomfort. The act of eating provides temporary relief, a distraction from the thoughts or feelings pressing down on her, but she also knows that it leaves her feeling sluggish afterward, both physically and mentally. Stress triggers her body in ways that make it harder to make rational choices about food. Late nights, heavy schedules, and emotional conflicts can all lead to moments where she craves foods that bring instant gratification. Often rich, salty, or sweet items that provide a rush of comfort. These foods may feel satisfying in the short term, but they often leave her regretting the choice later, especially when they disrupt her sense of balance. Salma recognizes that this pattern doesn't just affect her body, but also her confidence and motivation. Every time she slips into stress eating, she feels like she is moving away from her goals, which only adds another layer of frustration to the stress she was already experiencing. This cycle can be difficult to break, and it takes a conscious effort on her part to pause and think before turning to food. Part of her journey has been learning how to understand the emotions behind the cravings. Instead of simply labeling it as a bad habit, she has started to view emotional eating as a signal, sign that something deeper needs attention. By noticing when and why she reaches for food in stressful moments, she has been able to uncover patterns, such as eating late at night when she feels lonely or reaching for snacks after tense conversations. Recognizing these triggers has given her more awareness, and that awareness is the first step toward change. She understands that food itself is not the enemy, but the way she uses it to cope can either help or harm her well-being. Salma has also been working on replacing emotional eating with healthier coping mechanisms. Instead of going straight to the kitchen, she might prepare a fresh juice, go for a walk, or take a few minutes to practice breathing exercises. These alternatives don't always come as easily as grabbing a snack, but they help her manage the emotion without adding guilt or heaviness afterward. She often says that food should be a source of nourishment and joy, not a response to pain or stress, and this belief guides her efforts to shift her habits. Emotional eating remains a challenge for her, but it has also become an area of growth where she learns more about herself each time she chooses awareness over impulse. Juice cleanses keep her motivated and reflective, giving her both the structure and the clarity she needs to stay connected to her health goals. For Salma, the process of committing to several days of juicing is more than just about what she puts into her body. It's about creating space to think, to evaluate, and to realign with the kind of lifestyle she truly wants. When she chooses to do a cleanse, she isn't just eliminating heavier processed foods, she is also removing the distractions that often come with mindless eating. This intentional break allows her to reflect on how she has been treating her body, the choices she has been making, and how she can adjust her habits moving forward. That reflection becomes a powerful motivator because she sees the cleanse as not just a temporary fix, but a bridge to healthier living. The motivation she gains from cleansing comes partly from the sense of discipline it builds. Knowing that she can stick to a plan and avoid giving in to cravings makes her feel empowered, and that empowerment spills over into other areas of her life. Every time she completes a cleanse, she feels proud of her ability to follow through, and this reinforces her belief that she can also commit to long-term healthy habits. This confidence boost is what keeps her motivated even after the cleanse ends, reminding her that she has the strength to make mindful choices about food and lifestyle. Instead of feeling restricted, she feels liberated, because the cleanse shows her how good her body can feel when she fuels it properly. Reflection is another important part of why juice cleanses work for her. During these days, her relationship with food becomes clearer. Without the usual distractions of heavy meals or emotional eating, she can observe her cravings and triggers more honestly. She notices when she starts to miss certain foods, and she asks herself whether the craving comes from hunger or from stress. This self-awareness is one of the most valuable lessons she takes away from each cleanse. It allows her to identify the emotional connections she has with food and to separate true nourishment from temporary comfort. By reflecting in this way, she turns the cleanse into a form of self-discovery rather than just a dietary plan. The motivation also extends to how she feels physically. After several days of consuming only juices, her body feels lighter, her skin looks fresher, and her energy levels rise. These visible and tangible changes give her proof that her efforts are paying off. Seeing and feeling those results keeps her inspired to carry the lessons of the cleanse into her everyday life. Whether it's choosing healthier meals, avoiding stress-driven snacking, or simply drinking more water, the reflection combined with these results strengthens her commitment to wellness, making the juice cleanse a tool not only for physical reset but also for mental and emotional motivation that stays with her long after the cleanse is over. Inspired by Mexico, she founded Fuller Cleans in Los Angeles, turning a personal passion into a meaningful business that reflects her lifestyle and values. While traveling in Mexico, Salma fell in love with the abundance of fresh juices that were readily available on nearly every corner. She admired how locals embraced juicing not just as a trend but as an everyday part of life, a natural extension of eating fresh and seasonal produce. Drinking vibrant, freshly pressed juices became one of her favorite rituals during her time there, and she found herself craving that same freshness when she returned home. However, when she looked for similar options in Los Angeles, she discovered that most juices were either overly processed, packed with added sugars, or lacked the authenticity she had come to appreciate in Mexico. That absence sparked an idea. If she couldn't find it, she would create it. Launching Fuller Cleans became her way of bringing the richness of her Mexican juicing experiences to her own community. She envisioned a company that prioritized freshness, quality ingredients, and a holistic approach to wellness. Each juice was designed not only to taste good but also to serve a purpose, whether it was boosting energy, supporting digestion, or helping someone reset their eating habits. For Salma, this wasn't about building just another juice brand. It was about creating a movement that encouraged people to see juicing as a way to reconnect with their bodies. By drawing on her own experiences of using juice cleanses as a tool for motivation and reflection, she shaped Fuller Cleans into a company that carried her personal philosophy of balance and renewal. Her inspiration also came from the cultural connection she felt while in Mexico. The simple joy of walking to a juice stand, watching fruits and vegetables being pressed in front of her, and drinking something so alive with flavor reminded her of how powerful natural foods could be. She wanted to bring that same authenticity to Los Angeles, a city where wellness trends are everywhere, but often feel disconnected from tradition and genuine simplicity. Fuller Cleans aimed to fill that gap by offering juices that were true to the essence of fresh living. Each bottle became a reflection of what she valued: purity, mindfulness, and the celebration of nature's ingredients. Building Fuller Cleans also gave her a platform to share her story and inspire others who, like her, struggled with emotional eating or wanted a way to reset their diets. She often explained that the company was born out of her own need for healthier alternatives and her belief that others could benefit from the same tools. What started as a personal solution quickly grew into a brand that connected with people who valued authenticity and wellness. Fuller Cleans became more than just a business. It became an extension of her personal journey, a way of turning her struggles and discoveries into something that could positively impact others. Through this venture, Salma managed to transform her inspiration from Mexico into a lasting legacy in Los Angeles. Thank you so much for being here with us on Healthy Today. Every moment you spend watching, learning, and reflecting on your health means you are taking steps toward a better version of yourself, and that is truly inspiring. This channel is all about simple choices, mindful habits, and small but powerful steps that can transform the way you feel inside and out. I hope today's episode gave you not only information but also motivation to keep moving forward on your own wellness journey.